So today's session is on multiply or divide, you decide. So when you come across a math problem, how do you know when to multiply and when to divide? So for example, if the question was, if there are 3 students and each student gets 2 pencils, is this a multiply problem or a divide problem? We don't know until we ask the question. If we say, well, if there are 3 students, there are 2 pencils, and each has 2 pencils, how many pencils are there total? Then this would be a multiply problem because there are 3 students times 2 pencils per student. Cross out, answer is equal to 6 pencils. Okay, so that's just an example, and we'll go on to another example on the next one. Alright, so we'll try a second example where the problem is that of division. Okay, so for example, let's say we start with 10 apples and we want to give it to 5 people. So the question is, how many apples does each person get? Okay, so the division problem, so this is a division problem because we're trying to distribute. Okay, so division means to distribute. So 10 apples divided by 5. In this case, let's just say it's person is equal to, and we know 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. And we put in the right units that really help us to check our answer is 2 apples per person. Okay, so previously we gave an example and it was using words, and now we're going to look at this from a standpoint of just pictures, and hopefully that would make things very, very clear. So graphically multiply. Alright, so pretend over here we have a student. And over here we have pencils. So each student has 2 pencils, and now if we have 3 students and we have how many pencils? Okay, so we can say, all right, 3 students, 1, 2, 3, and each student has 2 pencils. Okay, so how many pencils do we have? We have 3 sets of 2, right? We have 3 sets of 2, right? 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 3 times 2, right? Because we have 1 set of 2, 2 set of 2, 3 set of 2, and that equals 3 times 2, and that equals to 6. Okay, so that's the graphical representation. So multiplication, multiple, it means there is a set and you have a multiple of that set, right? So in this case, the set is 2 pencils. And how many sets of 2 pencils? 3 students, 3 sets, 3 times 2 is equal to 6 pencils. Just like before. Okay, so now we're going to look at division, and we're going to also look at it graphically. Okay, so division again means to distribute. So let's say if you have 10 apples, how would you be able to hand it out to 5 people evenly? hopefully, right? Assuming that this all works out. So what we can try is, well, let's see if we can do this. Let's just try it. 2 apples to one person, 2 apples to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Oh, this actually might work out. Let's say this is for one person, this is for the second, this is for the third, this is for the fourth, this is for the fifth. Voila! It actually kind of worked out. So we can actually say 10 apples to give it to 5 people or distribute it, and it comes out to 2 apples per person. Okay, so this is division graphically, and on the next one we will do some more examples. Okay, so now we're going to do some more examples of multiply. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's say each person has 2 eyes. Okay, and let's put a person over here. And now what if we have 5 people? How many eyes is that? Okay, so that's 2 per third person, 4th person, 5 person, right? Let's draw the person over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so question is, each person has 2 eyes, so how many eyes with 5 people? Okay, so I think the answer is very clear, right? This is clearly an example of multiplication, because we're saying one person has 2, then you got more than 1, you have multiple set, right? You got 5, so the answer should be 5 times 2 equal to 10. Okay, eyes. Okay, so that's an example of multiply. Now we're going to do another example of divide on the next one. Okay, so more multiply examples. Okay, so first let's take care of this. Oops. Okay, more multiply examples. Okay, more multiply. So instead of multiply, we're just going to say that multiply is always the times. Okay, multiply. Okay, so the question is, if each car has 4 wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we have 5 cars, how many wheels is that? How many wheels? Well, it's a multiply, right? Because if one is 4 wheels, then 5 cars, and we should get 5 times 4 equal to 20 wheels. Okay, and another example, if each animal, right? Each animal, cat, let's just say each cat has 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you got 100 cats. 100 cats. How many legs is that? Well, easy, right? If one cat has 4, 100 cat has 100 times 4, or equal to 400 legs, assuming none of the cats lost any of their legs. Okay, now some examples on divide. Okay, divide or division examples. Okay, so the division, we do this, or another symbol very commonly used is this, right? Something over something, or something per, right? That's all equivalent. Okay, so as an example, okay, we can start with the teacher has 10 paper, or 10 sheets of paper, and she wants to give it out to 5 students. Okay, 5 students. Okay, so how many pieces of paper does each student get? Well, this is clearly a division problem, right? Division, it means to distribute. Okay, you have something, you want to give it out, and you're trying to figure out how many does each person get. So 10 sheets of paper over 5 students is equal to 2 sheets of paper per student, right? Okay, another example. I'm gonna not use too many colors this time. Keep it simple. Okay, let's say you have 9 pizza. Okay, let's just imagine 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you want to give it to 3 people. 3 people. How many does each person get? Okay, well, you can give 3 to the first person, 3 to the second person, 3 to the third person. And what do we have? Is 9 pizza divided by 3 people, and the answer equals to 3 pizza. Okay, so I hope that makes it clear, and you can see that multiplication and division are actually very, very similar. As a matter of fact, later you'll find out to say they're really opposites. So I hope all that helps.